So hello everyone, welcome. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to see you all. My name is Uriya Rosenman, and I'm a business development manager at Empower Africa. I'm in charge of our business relationships and communications, which are agriculture related. So let's start. As the human population keeps growing, we need to find a way to create sustainable food security. Agriculture is one of the most important sectors in the global economy and is crucial for the security of our lives on this planet. Not only does it put food on our plates and on our tables, but it is the most prominent economical engine in Africa and the key to the long-term sustainable development continent. This presentation is going to answer two questions. Why should we drive agriculture business in Africa, and why now? Obviously, we can't bring up all the answers to these questions, so I will mention 6 key factors and elaborate on 3 of them. Let's start with land availability. In order to produce more crops, we need land. There are many advanced of available land, greenhouses, hydroponics, farming, for example. They all help us tackle this challenge. But we cannot grow crops like rice, wheat, soybeans, corn, sugarcane, potatoes, lands for farming. All basic crops, which are necessary for our clothes, calorie intake, energy, animal feed. Where on earth to grow all this, especially when looking to the future of humankind? These are percentages you see of available lands expected in 2030. As you can see, in Europe and South Asia, we have almost 0% available for agriculture. Some still left in East Asia, but majority of it is in Latin America and Sub-Saharan Africa. Latin America is actually less relevant because the rainforest and the Amazonas are crucial for the survival of the planet's climate. This means that the only significant land available for agriculture and growing the food for the future will be Africa. Land is the basics, but we also need labor. With all the technology we achieved in the recent decades, we still have a great need for manpower. A lot of agriculture today is done by people, and labor costs in Africa are 400% cheaper than in Asia. This means agriculture business in Africa has the potential to be extremely profitable. Another factor is favorable climate and politics. Governance ranking in African countries is completely on the rise, and the political stability of the continent and a comfortable business environment for agriculture activities and initiatives. The warm and stable climate agriculture technically easier and allows growers to execute long-term planning in their agribusinesses. Next factor is data availability. This article was published 3 months ago, and it says that a landmark map charting soil fertility every 30 meters across the whole of Africa has been developed by a group of international scientists using satellites for soil analysis. This is incredible because as for the first time, farm-level soil data is now available for the entire African continent and nowhere else in the world. This is an advantage. This project means that we are going to have huge amounts of data to analyze our work and make the best agricultural and business decisions. The data we have on African soil will be more detailed and elaborate than in Europe or the United States, and it will make African agriculture much. Up next is water. We cannot grow anything without water, which is the most important culture. There is water shortage in many places around the world. Water is available in Africa, and there are many different kinds of available water in Africa. Lakes, rivers, fountains, seas. If these are not available, drilling water from the ground in Africa is easy, and it is not expensive. So there is no real water shortage as a resource. The challenge is how to channel and manage water resources. And for that, we have today water technologies. The last factor I want to address is the implementation of remote sensing. All the technology that is much more available for us today, precision agriculture, disease diagnosis, soil fertility, satellite data communications, they increase our capacities and solve a lot of problems. They help us to make the right decisions based on real-time information and problem detection. This means that today we can manage farm operations remotely and comfortably. We saw it during COVID. Flights stopped and companies and farmers still had huge international operations, and they were able to control and manage them through their computer with remote sensings, satellites, drones, and more. This also saves a lot of time and cost, as in the past, farmers needed to drive and move around a lot to understand the land and to identify problems. And today, when we have all the data in the palm of our hands, it is very easy and comfortable for us to make the right decisions and actually make sure the project is working. Missing. What is missing is the know-how and the capital. Know-how means the managing skills and integrating the agriculture operations, but also technical know-how of best practices. In many places in Africa, farmers grow like thousands of years ago, using flood irrigation, using buckets, and old harvesting techniques. Capital is pretty obvious. Small-scale farmers cannot afford the available technologies, and it is very challenging for them to generate stability in their crops and to scale up, which later means they get less loans and have less access to markets. Our approach at Empower Africa is to help agriculture, entrepreneurs, investors, farmers, and multinational companies, bring them hand in hand and combining agronomic expertise with economic understanding of the agricultural value chain, business perspective. This is the way we make decisions, and this is the philosophy our ASC, Agriculture Solutions and Consulting Services, are based on. We bring together the most experienced agri-experts and give consulting services based on aggregated data and creative project management. We are data-driven, that we collect a lot of information before we bring the decision-making process to the client. We are focused in Africa because of the amazing potential to make profitable business while also making a huge impact on the lives of the local people. You are all aware that agriculture is responsible for the majority of African countries' GDP. So by bringing unique innovations to African agriculture, we can see tremendous results and a significant change in a relatively short time. The technology available today allows us to find the right solution for every problem, even in very remote, isolated places. Our services cover the entire agricultural value chain. We work with decision makers to manage the project process from initial needs assessment, data collection, solution selection, all the way to execution, procurement, data collection, and local implementation. Agriculture projects all around the world for many years and have experience in many different subsectors. But how do we do all this? We have in-house research team that gets all the relevant available information that is out there, but also some of the data that is much less available for most, which requires more in-depth. We make business decisions while involving the client on all considerations, not intuition or hunch-based, but research and data-based. Besides Mr. Maoz Aviv, we have a team of 12 world-class agri-experts that have vast accumulated experience leading agriculture projects all around the world, especially in Africa. The fields of expertise are very diverse and they complement each other. We chose the experts to work with in a way that allows us to tackle any challenge and guarantees the success of every project we take upon ourselves. We have access to some of the most cutting-edge ag technologies in the world, and we have experience implementing them in many different projects, using the technology and out-of-the-box thinking to overcome challenges we might encounter during the process. Finally, to wrap up this presentation, I want to say again that agriculture, in our opinion, is the future. Africa is the place to invest, and the time is now. There is absolutely no better opportunity to combine profit with impact than agriculture businesses in Africa. As our CEO and founder, Ezi Rappaport, likes to say, the people are the why, the business is the how. I invite you to talk to us about agriculture in Africa and let's grow together.